You're working harder than you ever have, but your business isn't growing any faster. In fact, it feels like the more you do, the slower everything moves. You've hit what I call the six-figure wall. Most founders try to break through this wall by working harder, but that actually makes the wall thicker. Here's what's really happening. You haven't hit a revenue problem. You've hit a capacity problem. Your brain physically cannot process the number of decisions required to scale. In this video, I'll show you the science behind why you're stuck and the exact method founders use to break through it. Hey, I'm Emily. I build my business around one problem: founders who are stuck as the bottleneck in their own companies. I've lived it, I've studied it, and I've cracked the system for getting out of it. If you're a six-figure founder and you feel like you're constantly putting out fires, you're constantly being pulled into decisions, constantly being the person everyone waits on, you're not alone. You hit 200K, maybe 500K in revenue, and instead of feeling like you're winning, you feel like you're drowning. Your team asks you questions all day, your clients need approvals, every single decision flows through you. And here's the thing, this isn't a marketing problem, it's not a sales problem, it's a decision capacity problem. The system only exists in your head, and your brain has a biological limit. Here's the science behind why you're stuck. It's called decision fatigue. There's a famous study that analyzed judges making parole decisions. In the morning, they granted parole 65% of the time. By 2 p.m., 0%. Why? Because when your brain gets tired, it stops taking risks and starts defaulting to no, oh wait. At six figures, the volume of decisions exceeds your biological battery. You are the bottleneck, not because you lack skill, but because you're tired. Think of your business like an hourglass. The sand is your revenue. The narrow neck, that's you. Every decision has to flow through you. Every approval, every judgment call, every priority. Most founders try to scale by pushing harder, working longer hours, waking up earlier, but that doesn't widen the neck. It just exhausts you faster. The answer isn't to push more sand through. The answer is to widen the neck. And you do that by getting decisions off your plate. To scale, you have to stop making decisions and start making agreements on how others should make decisions. Right now, your entire business is running on invisible knowledge. Everything you know about how to onboard a client, how to deliver your service, how to handle problems, all of that lives in your brain, nowhere else. Your business can't scale without you because you are the only person who knows how it actually works. But here's what changes everything. You don't have to make every decision. You need to extract the rules you use to make decisions and give those rules to your team. That's the extract phase, and it starts with 3 tools. The brain dump is exactly what it sounds like. You sit down for one focused session and write down every decision you made yesterday, and not every task, every decision. What did you approve? What did you redirect? What questions did someone ask you? All of it goes in the list. Half of what you write down should never have involved you in the first place. I know a founder who did this, and he filled 3 pages. He realized that 60% of those decisions were things that his team could have handled if they just knew the rules he was using in his head. For example, he was approving every piece of content before they went out. Why? Because he had quality standards in his head that he had never written down. So his team would create something, send it to him, wait, revise, send it again, bottleneck. None of those things required his expertise. They just required clarity. And that's what the brain dump reveals. Now, once you've done the brain dump, the next step is to map it. Every business has 4 core functions. Deliver, the client work, the fulfillment, the delivery. Sell, the discovery calls, the proposals, the closing. Build, content, lead generation, visibility. Run, the finance, the admin, the team management. When you map your decisions into these 4 boxes, the bottleneck becomes instantly visible. Take your brain dump list that you just created and sort every decision into one of the 4 boxes. Most six-figure founders find that 70 to 80% of their decisions are in 1 or 2 boxes, usually deliver and run. Once you see that visually, it becomes clear what needs to be extracted first. Because you can't fix everything at once, you have to pick the highest bottleneck and start there. Now you've mapped it, you can see where the bottleneck is. The next question is, what do I actually delegate? If the decision doesn't change the direction of the business, it shouldn't require the founder. This is what I call the waterline audit. Imagine your business as a ship. Above the waterline is everything strategic. Below the waterline is everything operational. Above the waterline, you own it. Below the waterline, your team owns it. The problem is most founders are spending 80% of their time below the waterline. So here's the audit. For every decision, ask, does this decision change the direction of my business? Or is it just execution? If it's just execution, it should be owned by someone else or governed by documented rules. Now here's where this gets powerful. Most founders think delegation is a switch. I do it or you do it. But that's wrong. It's a ladder with 5 levels. Level 1, I decide, you execute. Level 2, you research options, I decide. Level 3, you research and recommend, I approve. Level 4, you decide and tell me what you did. And level 5, you tell me what you tend to do, and I only speak if I see an iceberg. The goal is to move decisions up the ladder one level at a time. That's how you widen the neck of the hourglass. All right, here's your challenge for this week. Step 1, set a 20-minute timer. Write down every decision you made yesterday. Just brain dump. Step 2, circle the decisions that were below the waterline, the ones that didn't require your strategic input. I'm willing to bet you that's at least half of your list. Step 3, pick the one person on your team who asks you the most questions. Tell them, from now on, don't ask me what to do. Tell me what you intend to do. Watch how fast your time opens up. This is how you break through the 6-figure wall, not by working harder, by extracting the system from your head and teaching your team to own decisions. Look, building a business that doesn't depend on you isn't about working less hours just for the sake of it. It's about designing a system that supports you instead of draining you. This is the extract phase of the operations reset framework. Extract, assign, and scale. That's how you get to the reset. A business that runs without you being the single point of failure. If you want the full framework, I'll build a free tool called the Operations Clarity Scorecard. It'll show you exactly where your bottlenecks are and what to fix first. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.